This is the upper eyelid and this is the lower eyelid. How you will differentiate it is that the upper eyelid would have longer eyelashes and the lower eyelid would have shorter eyelashes. If you touch the upper eyelid, you could feel a hard plate in the middle of it. Here, you could feel a hard plate in the middle of it. That would be the tarsal plate or the tarsal gland. Now, there are three eyelids, upper, lower and the nictitating membrane or the third eyelid. See, this is the third eyelid, the dark part. And when these eyelids close, this fissure here is the palpebral fissure. Okay, beside it, the palpebral fissure, it communicates between the two medial canthus and the lateral canthus. How do I know that this is the medial canthus? It would have nictitating membrane, first thing. Second thing, it has a caruncle. That caruncle is called caruncle lacrimalis. You could see it here, this raised tissue. This is caruncle lacrimalis and this is the nictitating membrane and this whole thing is the medial canthus. Okay, so this is the lacrimal apparatus that I'm showing. These are the lacrimal ducts. This thing that I'm holding in my hand is the lacrimal gland here. So this is the eye, this is the medial side and this is the lateral side. I'll tell you later why. First, we are going through the fibrous tunic layers. There are two fibrous tunic layers, that is the cornea and the sclera. This is the cornea. It has become cloudy because of the preservation. Otherwise, in the live animal, it would not be cloudy, it would be transparent. Part is sclera. Everything except the cornea here would be the sclera. See? Or the nervous tunic layer, that is retina. For retina, you could see here, see, there's this dark layer and then there's this lighter layer over it. It looks slightly pinkish in color. Originally, it is supposed to be off-white or a bit yellowish yellow, but because of the preservation, it has turned pink. Okay, now there are three layers of retina, the ciliary retinae, and then this is the pars optic retinae. This is the optic part, pars optic retinae. It's the 2/3 part of the retina. Now, see, these are the striations. Over it, there's this layer. The layer over these striations is the pars ciliary retinae. See, here. I'm removing it. This. Now, pars iridica retinae is not visible here, but it is supposed to be on the iris. The third layer of the eye, the third tunic layer of the eye, that is the vascular tunic layer. In this, you can see this is the retina. Here, you can see it. And where it is connected here, concentrated here, around it you could see this choroid layer. See, this dark pigmented layer is the choroid layer. I can also remove this choroid. See, this is the choroid layer, and this is the tapetum lucidum. This is metallic and lustrous in nature. See, it's shiny. It's actually an extension of this choroid. Choroid is the dark part, and then this is the tapetum lucidum. There are some striations here. It looks like the underside of the mushroom. Okay, compare it with mushroom. It just looks like it. These are the ciliary body. Then, just beside it, there is this non-striated area. This area is not striated. It's very minute. I'm picking it with my forceps here. This window you see is the pupil, and where I'm touching my forceps is the cornea. See, in this one you can clearly see the iris. This is a muscular diaphragm. See, that is the muscular diaphragm. And these striations also here, those are the three body. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how you will differentiate the dorsal and the ventral part and the medial and the lateral part with the help of the optic nerve. See, this is the optic nerve here. It's harder to touch, and see, it's solid. Muscles are not solid, they're squishy to touch. Because this is harder, and this is the optic nerve here. See, optic nerve is always inferior lateral in the eyeball. So inferior means ventral, this demarcates its ventral, and lateral means this part is the lateral. See, like this. I'm tugging it open and it's getting open. So this is the lateral part and this is the ventral part. Now, if this is ventral, this is dorsal, and if this is lateral, then this is medial. Now I'm going to show the extraocular muscles. So there are total 7 extraocular muscles. This is the lateral muscle. This is the medial. This is the ventral. This is the dorsal. Okay, now these are the 2 oblique muscles. See, these are the 2 oblique muscles here. This is the dorsal oblique muscle, and that is the ventral oblique muscle. Just beside this ventral muscle, rectus muscle, you can see this oblique muscle also. Dorsal and ventral oblique muscles. Now there's the last muscle left, that is the retractor bulbi. The retractor bulbi is just beside, like this, with the optic nerve. Retractor bulbi is adjacent to the optic nerve. See. This was the specimen. Lens was gumball shape. It's gumball shape like this. See, when we took it out, it was like that.